Hello guys, S2W here as your average consumer with your next casual consumer's perspective review. For today's video, I was able to cop one of the most, in my opinion, beautiful colorways of the Air Jordan 1. These are not a retro and has no OG status whatsoever. However, its color combination is of a very familiar colorway that is reminiscent of two very iconic color palette of the Jordan 1s, and those were the Jordan 1 Bred and the Jordan 1 Black Toe. I'm pretty sure all you guys know what I'm talking about, so today I have the Air Jordan 1 Bred Toe here for a review. Now in Toronto, Canada, this release was one of the messiest and most thrilling drops I've seen for some time. Although a lot of places had these and everyone thought it was a general release, that information was just mind-blowing because each store had very limited amounts. I took an L online at Nike.ca but was able to get a call from a local boutique called AtEaze for my W. However, for some reason, they've signed me up for a half size smaller pair. But I was able to size swap the day of, thankfully. Regardless, the shipment for FootLocker and the Jordan store came late in the afternoon, so people who camped a day earlier either left midday of the release or continued camping for another 8 hours to get these. So what is so hyped about these when there's no significance behind them? Let's take a closer look at these sneakers. Now speaking of the Jordan 1s, there really isn't much to say as this silhouette is probably the most known shoe for its iconic status. It's regularly made out of leather, but in certain releases, the silhouette uses different types of leather to recreate the upper. For this colorway, the upper on this pair is emphasized with the use of grain leather side paneling done in an off-white cream shading. Other than the eye-catching black and red colorway that basically reminds everyone of the OG pairs, the hype for these was about this side panel leather. Before everyone got their pairs, some have stated this colorway had plush leather that is similar to the Shattered Backboard Jordan 1s, which is apparently the king of all Jordan 1s in terms of its soft leather quality. I personally don't have a pair of those to compare, but I can tell you these Bred Toe already feel more premium than the Royal ones released last year in 2017. And this is all due to the fact that the side paneling of those Royal ones use the smooth even out leather regularly seen on the toe guards of the Jordan 1s, whereas these Bred Toe actually used something else, and in this case it's grain leather. Now because of mass production, this grain leather can look different from pair to pair. My friend's pair had smaller grains, whereas the pair that I have right here had larger speckles. I personally don't really mind about stuff like that as long as the quality control is A1 without any major flaws. But by touch, this side panel leather does feel fluffier than any of the harder black leather found on this colorway. Now nicknamed as the Bred Toe, the toe box of this shoe of course will feature a red canvas that is reminiscent of the OG Bred 1s. The toe box here to me feels just as soft and tumbled as the Royal ones, cracking down easily as I push against it. Other than that, the midfoot portion of the back of the shoes dons a similar colorway to the OG Black Toe ones instead. The red leather heel counter and side support piece around the collar is also tumbled as well for that plush and luxurious feel. And of course, carrying over the Air Jordan 1 Wings logo near the collar to complete that symbolic look. On top of the shoes, we'll see a fully padded foam tongue seen on every Jordan 1, attached with a Nike Air branding patch stitched at the top. This colorway is ready to be laced up with flat black laces, but they do come with extra red lacings for whenever we want to change its looks. Inside the shoe comes with an insole that cannot be removed unless you rip them out. The insoles are black with a red Nike branding at the heel area, which ultimately provides us with some cushioning under our feet. The wall lining around the collar and heel area is padded quite decently as well, stapled to the Jordan 1s, providing us safe cushioning and impact protection around our ankles and Achilles. Midsole and outsole wise, it's using the same technology as previous Jordan 1s, made out of a solid but durable rubber cupsole with encapsulated air for lightweight cushioning. Then flipping over the sneakers, the outsole is painted in red for this colorway so they can keep the band 1 and black toe theme intact. Also, this rubber sole is carved with deep flex grooves and pivot point for traction and flexibility. Anyways, here are some Air Jordan 1 Bred Toe fit footage. Sizing wise, these fitted just like most of the Jordan 1 colorways, and I find them the most comfortable at my true to size. The comfort on these is just like for regular Jordan 1s. The majority of the comfort will be coming from the insole of these sneakers, as the foam insole is the only thing that really gives us padding. Now, as a person who missed out on the 2016 Bred 1s and Black Toe 1s, these to me are like hitting two birds with one stone. Although it's nowhere as significant as the OG colorways, this pair has that premium quality that makes this shoe that much more special. It looks great on feet, and as a Jordan 1 that is selling at the same price as other ones here in Canada, which is $215 Canadian before tax, I just think it's a great deal since we're paying for the same shoe but essentially getting better materials for it. As always, throw me some likes if you liked this video and let me know in the comments if you went for a pair, and if you did, were you able to obtain one in your collection, or did the so-called GR status give you false hope? I saw the map for FootLockers release and the scope was massive in the US. However, someone also photoshopped a Michael Jordan crying photo in place of those locations, as it feels like a lot of people took L's too. If anything, I know the Jordan store here in Toronto actually restocked these randomly today as I made this video, 4 days after its original release. It suddenly feels like there were quite a lot of stock here in Toronto at least for them to restock like this. But I'm just happy with my own pair, especially when I got this pair through a raffle W. That's it for today. S2W signing off.